Lucas and I were born rivals, with him always one step ahead, even down to being an inch taller. But when we hit secondary differentiation at 20, the tables finally turned. That 6 feet 3 inches, broad-shouldered giant Lucas actually presented as an Omega, while I, true to expectations, became an Alpha. I pinned Lucas against the wall, grinning. "Call me Daddy, and I'll let you go." "Luke, Ethan, you bastard," he spat, ripping off his scent patch. I dragged my tongue across his neck. "Keep barking and I'll claim you right here." His struggles weakened under my alpha dominance until he collapsed into frustrated curses. My fangs sank into his gland before I realized what was happening. Shit, I'd actually claimed Lucas. Panicking, I released him as blood bloomed across his collar. The guy who bench-pressed small cars crumpled to the floor. I caught him mid-fall, warm crimson pooling in my palms. "Didn't mean to." My voice cracked. "You shouldn't have struggled." His eyelids fluttered open. "You dared. Just a scratch." I lied, throat tightening. "Fucking physiology basics." His usual roar came out thready, desperate. "Let's get you to Mercy, General. But swear you won't tell my parents." "No. Come on, man. Dad'll murder me if he finds out I screwed up this fast. Please, Luke, I'll owe you forever. Be your damn errand boy. Just." He went limp. "Luke?" I shook him. "Don't die on me, bro." His lips moved soundlessly. Leaning closer, I caught the whisper, "Idiot. Can't go hospital." Sniffing back tears, I carried him toward his mansion. His grip suddenly tightened on my tie. "Ethan." Our noses almost touched. "Breathe a word about me being Omega." Yeah. Your macho image." I rolled my eyes at his death glare. Secrets safe. The Harris Estates baby. Faced butler gaped as I hauled in their unconscious air. "Mr. Ethan. Did you?" "Wasn't me." Heat crawled up my neck. How to explain his golden boy's Omega status and my accidental claiming? He gestured wildly at Lucas' prone form. "But our genius valedictorian. Perfect SATs. 20% body fat." "How?" "Because your young master is drunk." I blurted out the first excuse that came to mind. The Harris family butler kept nagging. "Minors shouldn't drink." "Ethan, was this your doing?" I clicked my tongue. "I haven't touched alcohol. Smell me if you don't believe it." The butler leaned in, confirming only Lucas reeked of liquor. Seeing his lingering suspicion, I prepared to hand over the 180-pound young master with 20% body fat. When the butler waved me off, I quickly pulled Lucas back. "Thank you for looking after our young master, Ethan," he said before scurrying away. Truth was, the rose wine scent clinging to Lucas was my pheromones. My scent patches hid my own traces. After tending to the bite mark on Lucas's neck, he remained unconscious. Having skipped every biology class, I had no clue how to handle this situation. My phone buzzed with a forum link, Omega Talk. I immediately created an account and posted, "What happens after temporary alpha marking?" Replies flooded in within minutes. "Congrats on your new hubby. Living the dream. My Omega. No more suppressants during heat. Just ask hubby for pheromone cuddles." Hubby? Me? Lucas's husband? My mind conjured Lucas batting his eyelashes. "Hubby, say something." I shuddered violently. A sensible answer finally appeared. "Post-marking heats intensify. Use suppressants with alpha pheromones for faster recovery." Following instructions, I administered suppressants from the first aid kit and ripped off my scent patches, pressing Lucas against my chest. Running fingers through his fluffy hair, I pretended he was my golden retriever buddy. Surprisingly comfortable rather than repulsed. Was I missing Buddy? It worked. Lucas's fever subsided, only to ignite my own. His wandering hand grazed my abs, sending blood rushing south. My eyes dropped lower and I leapt off the bed like electrocuted. "Morning wood? For my bro?" Staring at Lucas snoring like a chainsaw, I fled the room. Before 10, we'd been inseparable. Neighbors joked we were closer than twins. Then, in elementary school, I shared chocolate with my desk mate. Lucas saw. Our friendship died that day, since his pettiness rivals the density of pores. He couldn't stand me sharing friendship with others. He said I'd become tainted and refused to be friends. I ran home crying, scrubbed myself raw through 3 showers, yet he still acted like I carried the plague. When his parents found out, they tanned his hide good. That's when he started hating me, becoming my sworn nemesis who'd trip me up at every turn for the last 6 years. After last night's chaos, I hadn't slept a wink. 3 icy showers did nothing. Ended up sitting in a frigid bathtub for half an hour before my nerves settled. Now the instigator stood dripping wet by my desk, looking disgustingly refreshed. Lucas barked at my slumped form with gym coach vigor. "Ethan, out here, now." Leaning against the lockers, I watched Lucas casually pocket his hands, complexion glowing. "What's up? If this is about gratitude, just lend me your new gaming console." He snorted. "Was it you who snitched to the butler about my drinking last night?" Recalling the incident and his thunderous expression, I patted his shoulder. "Don't mention it. Oh look, teacher's calling me." His fist yanked my collar backward, slamming me against concrete. "You realize Dad froze all my accounts?" Lucas seethed, breath hot with mint, making me survive on New Year's money for a month. My stash was gone by January. "You owe me cash. Now." Jasmine notes from his skin muddled my thoughts. Even furious, Lucas looked like some marble sculpture, almond eyes blazing, jawline sharp enough to cut glass, lips moving in that infuriating pout. Before realizing, I closed the distance, tasting wintergreen and rage. He shoved me off, flushed from collar to hairline. "Ethan, I'm telling your mom." First forced bonding, now this. Panic cleared my lust fog. "Wait, I'll pay. Use my meal card all month. How much you need tomorrow?" "Please, bro, don't rat me out." Lucas relented, softy that he was. My alpha status lasted half a day around him before crumbling. Now I fetched lattes and calculus notes like some Omega's errand boy, lower social standing than before our truce. Outsiders thought we'd buried the hatchet over childhood chocolate wars. My mom beamed at our mature reconciliation. None saw Lucas' tyranny. By day 3, he demanded I ghostwrite love letters since my penmanship's better. Slamming the pencil down, I erupted. "Lucas, enough with the slave driver act. Carrying your crap everywhere? That's crossing the line. Are you still asking me to help you write love letters to Nathan? Should I tell your parents you have a crush on a beta? Since time immemorial, Omegas pair with dominant alphas. If Nathan could work, maybe I should try too." Lucas sat reading on my bed without glancing up. Which sounds worse, crushing on a beta, or an alpha acting like a rabid dog? His words choked me. "Fine, pulling that card again?" I snorted, tearing off half my suppressant patch before straddling the mattress. The book finally slipped from Lucas' trembling hands. "Ethan, what are you doing? Get off me." I'll scream. A sly grin spread across my face. "Go ahead. Keep shouting and I'll make you a dad tonight. Try out crazying me. Rookie." His poison-tipped tongue kept lashing out. Didn't care, just needed him quiet. MMMPH. "Ethan, don't kiss me. I'll kill you." Lucas' protests somehow translated in my haze to "Ethan, kiss me. I want it. XXX. Your wish is my command." "Luke, you lunatic. What wish?" He squirmed weakly as bourbon rose pheromones melted his resistance. My fingers crept beneath his shirt. "Making your dream come true, claiming you permanently." That delicate jasmine scent finally hit me, wafting from his nape. Then warm wetness splashed my chest. Tears? My thumb brushed his damp cheekbone. "Luke, don't cry. It's just a joke." "I wouldn't really." Endless tears tracked down his face as I fumbled with tissues. He lay motionless, swollen lips, dewdrop tears clinging to lashes, silent weeping. "Fine. I'll write Nathan those damn letters." I snapped. He finally erupted, voice cracking. "No. I hate you, Ethan." Thrilled I presented as Omega? "Now you can finally punish me? We're done. Strangers from now on." As he tremblingly dressed, red-rimmed eyes glaring, my brain short-circuited. Since when were we friends? Weren't we rivals? Blocking the doorway, I demanded, "Explain this friends crap." "Not anymore. Move." Lucas hissed. My chest heaved, unleashing cloying pheromones. He crumpled to his knees. Disgusting. The whispered condemnation hit like thunder. I scrambled for fresh suppressants. Mom's shriek pierced through. Luke! What's happening? There stood Mrs. Parker, witnessing her alpha son pinning a trembling Omega against the doorframe, the air thick with bourbon and jasmine. Wait, how did Lucas Harris, her tall and handsome eldest son, end up presenting as an Omega? What's with that flushed complexion and bite marks on his scent gland? She rushed to help Lucas, who was half kneeling on the floor. She accidentally glimpsed the hickey marks beneath his half-unbuttoned shirt. Everything became crystal clear. She stormed over and yanked my ear. Think you're hot stuff just because you presented as an alpha? Who taught you to use scent suppression on friends? While my mom lectured me, Lucas gradually recovered. His face remained pale as he murmured, Mrs. Parker, I should go. When I looked up, the doorway was already empty. Mom, he's gone. I dodged her swatting hand and bolted after him, only to find Lucas talking to Nathan Bennett at the gate. Damn, I forgot Nathan lived in our neighborhood too. Under the amber streetlight, Lucas' peach blossom eyes glittered at Nathan, his pretty lips moving rapidly, probably spouting sweet nothings. He never talked to me like that, always snapping like an angry kitten. Nathan smiled warmly before leaving. Lucas watched him ascend the stairs with Busura plastered across his face. Why don't you move into his apartment while you're at it? I cleared my throat behind him. He whirled around, all traces of softness evaporating when he saw me. What do you want? I came to apologize. Not interested. From now on, we're strangers. Stay 2 meters away or I'll punch you every time you breach it. He took 2 exaggerated steps back, the ice in his eyes stinging worse than any scent suppressant. My throat tightened. Why? You were all gentle with Nathan, but freeze me out? Since when am I worse than some beta? He scoffed. Because he doesn't bite my scent gland or lips. I glared. That's because he's a beta. What's so great about Nathan? Am I really beneath a beta in your eyes? This was ridiculous. Betas weren't affected by pheromones. My slip-up happened because I was a newly presented alpha struggling with control. His eyebrows shot up. After a beat, he said, At least we're equals. Lucas, you've always looked down on me. When I was weak, you despised me. Now that I'm strong, I'm still not good enough. Whether as friends or whatever, I'm just unworthy, aren't I? He turned away sharply. The Harris family's sedan pulled up before I could demand answers. I watched until the taillights disappeared. School became warfare after that. We passed each other like rival alphas, exchanging glares but no words. My desk mate Chris nudged me. You and Lucas fighting? Full on Cold War. I grumbled. He snorted. What are you, 5? Grow up. Maybe Lucas was the immature one, holding grudges over childhood spats. No way he'd actually fall for someone like Nathan. Yet seeing them glued together at the soccer field lately made my molars grind. Chris pointed at the duo. Ethan, heads up, Nathan's got an alpha boyfriend. I frowned at the inseparable pair. Then why's he orbiting Lucas? Because everyone thought Lucas would present as a top alpha. Chris smirked. All those Omegas crushing on him? They'll need ambulances when they hear he's an Omega. I couldn't wait to see the fallout. The campus would need a mop brigade for all the shattered hearts. The next day during break, Chun-Lu rushed over and tried to drag me outside. I shook him off. What? I need to study for finals. I'm determined to beat Nathan this semester and stand on that podium to show Lucas. He panted. Ethan, come quick. Lucas is getting beaten up in the back alley. I turned back toward class. Why should I care? Let him play tough guy. Everyone knew Lucas's other identity. The school's notorious brawler who believed in settling things with fists. He'd even made me back down once. But he's sick. They're stomping on him. My stomach dropped. We sprinted toward the commotion. 3 hulking alphas loomed in the dim alley. Their leader had his boot on Lucas's neck. Blood streaked Lucas's face, his scent patch torn away. Thick alpha pheromones choked the air. Pathetic. Nathan's little pet turns out to be an Omega? The leader sneered. Don't worry, sweetheart. We'll take turns nodding you proper. Something snapped in me. I grabbed a pipe and charged my first ever fight. For Lucas. We'd have been dead if Chan hadn't called security. I took most blows shielding Lucas's heat-fevered body until the ambulance came. At the hospital, watching Lucas sleep off the inhibitors, my chest ached. You blind fool. When Lucas woke alone, he remembered Ethan wielding that pipe like a mother hen, getting kicked down yet still throwing himself over Lucas. The faint rose wine scent had enveloped him like armor. He'd rasped Ethan run before blacking out. Did Ethan hear? Back at school, Lucas froze seeing Ethan's injuries, bandaged forehead, bruised cheekbone, split lip. Memories of their disastrous first kiss resurfaced. Why save me? Lucas blurted instead of the insults he'd rehearsed. We're not friends. Ethan turned away. You protected me as kids. Consider us even. Lucas's pride stung. He'd swallowed his ego to reconcile. When Nathan apologized, Lucas cold-shouldered him too. He'd originally dated the beta to avoid alpha dominance games. Yet being with Nathan felt hollow compared to riling up Ethan. Now Lucas awkwardly thanked Ethan from afar, leaving European chocolates 2 meters from Ethan's desk. Mom brought these. He'd announced loudly, maintaining their distance while covertly glaring at any alpha hassling omegas. Driven by my mission to save every delicate omega in the world, I prepared to charge into action. But Ethan grabbed my arm. What are you doing? I shook him off. Obviously, I'm being the hero here. Cut it out. Those two are just flirting. Don't be a third wheel. Ethan shoved me back into my seat. My jaw dropped as I watched. The alpha whispered something, making the omega rise on tiptoes to plant a quick kiss on his cheek. The alpha then returned the notebook with a smug grin while the omega clutched it to their chest, stealing shy glances. The scene felt hauntingly familiar. Lucas used to pull similar stunts with me, though his version involved demanding I call him daddy instead of kisses. An epiphany struck. I seized Ethan's hands. Master, I've seen the light. Bolting from the classroom, I raced through hallways and across the football field, memories of Lucas flashing through my mind. His sharp tongue contrasted with his unwavering support, always showing up with resources and backup whenever I needed it. I found him arguing outside the alpha restrooms. Luke, omegas belong next door. How dare you use our facilities? An alpha sneered. Mistakes happen. Must you humiliate me before every passerby? Lucas retorted, his scent patch trembling under the alpha's grip. I stepped between them. Back off. Teachers strictly forbid using pheromones to intimidate. Want me to report you? The bully retreated with curses. Dragging Lucas to a secluded corner, I cornered him against the brick wall when he tried maintaining distance. You're into me, aren't you? His eyes widened with panic. Busted. He shoved me. Ethan, you need to delete those ridiculous CO romance novels more than anything right now. My grin stretched impossibly wide. He even knew about my reading habits. How long had he been watching? Quit denying it. You've been crushing since we were kids. When I shared chocolate with others, you got jealous. All those times you picked on me then protected me. That was your twisted way of showing affection. I like you too, Luke. I embraced him fiercely. For once, he didn't resist, his arms sliding around me in surrender. Never imagined my rescued Omega would be Lucas himself. By granting his secret wish, I'd officially become the world's most chivalrous alpha. Luke harbored countless secrets Ethan would never uncover. As children, he'd befriended Ethan precisely because the boy's gullible nature made him perfect for taking blame. When Luke stole sips of Sprite, leaving the dregs for Ethan, the fool actually thanked him. During punishment, Ethan tearfully appreciated Luke's solidarity in sharing time out. Ethan remained easily bribed, offer candy or cupcakes, and he'd do anything, until the day Luke gave him imported Belgian chocolates from his parents' European trip. Watching Ethan break half for his desk mate, Luke snapped. He snatched the chocolate and trashed it, ignoring Ethan's sobs while spewing childhood's cruelest insults. To Luke, Ethan had been like underwear, strictly personal property. The betrayal made Ethan dirty, unworthy of friendship. Thus began their complicated dance. Luke tormented Ethan for entertainment, relishing those tears, yet always materializing when real trouble struck. Their bond thrived on push and pull, a contradiction only Luke understood. He hated sharing Ethan, yet couldn't quit him. As Ethan grew older, he stopped crying and would only hit Lucas when bullied. Lucas had always been taller by half a head. To him, Ethan resembled a feisty kitten, annoying yet endearing. He'd assumed Ethan would present as an Omega, planning to mock him mercilessly. But when the day came, his world flipped. He became the Omega instead. His first thought, would Ethan laugh at him? No matter, he'd still outmatch Ethan. Yet a new fear emerged. What if strong alphas threatened Ethan's safety? While agonizing over this, Ethan stumbled into his room reeking of alcohol, eyes bloodshot and voice trembling. "Ethan, I have a fever. Think I'm dying." This became Lucas' most humiliating day at 20. Ethan had presented as an alpha. Beneath the disappointment flickered unrecognized relief. Chun-Lu noticed first. "Ethan, you've got balls." He marveled, thumbs up flashing. "Lucas is the most high-maintenance Omega I've seen." Ethan scratched his cheek. "He's just a bit short-tempered, sharp-tongued, overly meticulous, and hard to get along with. Otherwise tolerable. Mom discovered us during thesis prep. Lucas hauled me onto his lap, demanding proper begging. When our lips met, the door swung open, revealing Mom's frozen smile and retreating fruit platter. Dinner brought the talk. "I support your relationship, but why are you the bottom?" "What bottom? He's heavier," I protested before fleeing. Mom started serving suspicious tonics for senior year. The consequences hit during study session. Lucas' jasmine scent became irresistible. "Luke," I buried my face in his neck. "Bed. Now. Christ. Ethan." He shoved my rutting form away. "Tell your mom to stop the supplements." Lucas Harris rarely yielded, lying still as I embraced, kissed, and caressed him. By the time he realized something was wrong, it was too late. Teeth clenched. His voice fractured. "Ethan, you dared trick me? You'll regret this. I'll kill." I silenced his protests with a kiss. "Would you really, Luke?" The next morning, I gazed at Lucas beside me. His entire body saturated with my pheromones, his scent gland permanently marked. Wrapping my arms around him blissfully, I murmured, "Sweetheart, I adore you." He turned away, grumbling, "Get lost. I don't associate with beasts." Burying my face in his hair, I chuckled low in my throat. At our college graduation, Lucas' parents attended the ceremony. My mother immediately dragged me to arrange a marriage proposal with the Harris family. Both families approved instantly, finalizing our engagement with plans to marry in 2 years. But fate accelerated our timeline. Lucas emerged from the bathroom clutching an Omega pregnancy test, eyes bloodshot and voice trembling. "Ethan, I'm pregnant." Victory. I'd made Lucas a father at 20, though he pummeled me mercilessly afterward. Unlike our childhood scuffles, I laughed through every punch. My parents berated me harshly, yet we proceeded with a shotgun wedding. Post-nuptials, Lucas delivered a baby boy. I'd hoped for a sweet Omega, but he prayed for an alpha, fearing an Omega child might face bullying. Regardless of designation, I cherish any child Lucas gave me. After all these years, I'd finally caught up to Lucas.